Here we have verse 28 of the 5th chapter of the Gospel of John. Jesus, again, as John frames the conversation, is in this discussion with religious leaders. We don't know the particular time or place. It follows, of course, in a general way from the healing of the man who was lame, who was there at the pool. And yet we can imagine that there is a kind of composition of multiple conversations that Jesus may have had, and that John is rather distilling them here and giving us the heart of the matter. Jesus has been asserting to these religious leaders with increasing levels of dignity his own status, indicating that the Son is to be worshipped in the same way as the Father, indicating that the Son has the life-giving power in himself of the Father, indicating that all of these prerogatives come to him. And then sort of capstone to all of the conversation is that Jesus is, in fact, the Son of Man, presumably identifying himself with that character who was a judge, who was mentioned to us in the Old Testament prophet of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 13. You can imagine that there'd be a bit of astonishment on the faces of the religious leaders, and that probably gives rise now to the way in which the conversation ensues. May is the negation. U is used with the indicative mood. May is used with non-indicative moods. In this case, this is the imperative. So we have here the second person, plural, present active imperative. Do not marvel, thaumazo, to marvel or to wonder. This is the imperative, do not marvel, tuto, at this. Tuto is the accusative, actually, of the demonstrative pronoun, neuter, singular, but used with thaumazo as if it were in the dative, you might say, or the direct object. So do not marvel at this, do not wonder at this. Hoti, this is the conjunction, can mean that or because. Jesus is really following up here from what he has just said about judgment being committed to him because of his status as the Son of Man. And so the explanatory remark comes now, because erketai, from erchomai, I come or I go. This is third person, singular, present active indicative. It comes, namely hora, hour, so the hour comes. In, preposition takes the dative here, relative pronoun, in the dative feminine, singular, of course, agreeing with hour, so it means the hour is coming, in which, pantes, all or every, with the plural it usually means all, so pantes all, hoi in, the in, tois, the nemeos, the tombs. So all the in the tombs one. This, of course, is the idiomatic way in which Greek will express the idea of those who were in the tombs, using the definite article here. So all the in the tombs ones. This word means a sepulcher or a tomb or a grave. Anything on that character, it's the dative plural, of course. So all the in the tombs one. Akususen, this is the plural of akuo, I hear, third person plural, future active indicative. They will hear, all those who were in the tomb will hear. Akuo typically takes the genitive, so will hear tes phones, the voice, autou, of him, namely of the Son of Man. Because the Son of Man is the one who comes in judgment, and the Son of Man is the one who has life-giving powers. And so what Jesus seems to be saying is that there's an hour coming in which all of those who are dead are going to hear the voice of the Son of Man being called forth, presumably from the grave, being called forth to that hour of final judgment. This particular reference seems to be referring clearly enough to the final resurrection, not Jesus in the capacity of giving life to people in a regenerative sense, the new birth. that we've seen otherwise discussed in John's Gospel, but seems rather to be focused on that final great moment, which is still future, in which finally Jesus returns, as the Apostles' Creed puts it, to judge the quick and the dead, to call to life those who have died all through the ages, and put them to the final examination, which will determine their ultimate destiny.